Watch this bit. This is good.
Hello and welcome to a new Atari VCS vlog. And as you can see from the date on this thing, it's January the 7th. And what's the date today? If you're watching this on the day I'm putting it out, January the 8th. Why is it a day late, Don? Well, that's because Atari put the vlog out. I'm making a vlog about their blog. Atari put the blog out without actually telling anyone that the blog was out. I only found out about it when I saw it on their Facebook page, and usually, you know what Facebook is like. It just tells you all the news that happened yesterday. A bit like a newspaper, really. But the one thing Facebook will do instantly is spam you with adverts the moment somebody pays for it. And so that is their picture. That is their picture for to sort of highlight this latest blog. I'm sure they could have done something a lot more aesthetically pleasing than just everything wrapped up in baggies where you can't bloody see a thing. I mean, it just looks like someone hasn't bothered. At least someone's bothered to vacuum the carpet behind it. But just, crap in bags, what's the point? I mean, there's a picture coming up later of a particular version of the console, which will be much better as the main picture. And I'll use that picture as for this vlog. That's just rubbish. Anyway, here we go. So, the Atari VCS team is excited to be in Las Vegas this week at CESpool, 2020 for meetings with partners, retailers, distributors and others at the world's largest and best known industry event, about E3. Our engineers have done an incredible job preparing a fleet of Atari VCS units for CES so that the team can demonstrate key features. At CESpool 20, Atari is hosting invite-only, hands-on demonstrations of the Atari VCS dashboard GUI, graphical user interface, Atari Vault, and Stream Arcade and Sandbox PC mode, which will include accessing everything from a Windows desktop to Steam games to streaming apps. Atari VCS appearance models will be on hand to show everyone how the finished Atari VCS hardware will look. Now, if your console is just about to be released, and it's late anyway, why haven't you got finished products that actually work? All we seem to have here is just something that will show how it will look if it gets released. It's also the Atari Vault, which anyone can play out on your phone even, probably. And Stream Arcade, that's been around for ages. I tried to play it at Play Expo Manchester, and the whole system went down when I tried. That was late on Sunday, and they never got it back up. But anyway, and Sandbox PC mode, great. Sandbox PC mode, yeah, that's what everyone will go to Las Vegas for, and they'll just have a model of how it will look. I mean, Jesus Christ! I say it's about to be released. Why isn't it? Why haven't you got one that's actually working? Are you not going to be showing any games? Oh, you haven't got any games, have you? We will also have Atari modern controllers and classic joysticks, plus some keyboard and mouse setups to showcase the flexibility and many peripherals options that the Atari VCS provides. In addition to all of the above, we are implementing what the team has whimsically dubbed Project Easter Egg. Whimsically? Well, shouldn't you be treating this in somewhat seriously? There will be Atari VCS units on display in some key partner locations at CESpool with one special surprise. For example, as fans would expect, PowerA will have one on hand. So, will it be plugged in though? Ha ha ha! However, the team has done something special at CESpool by hiding the ultimate Atari VCS Easter egg somewhere in plain sight. Just get the flip on with it. In order to fully demonstrate the awesome upgradability, is that a word, of the Atari VCS, the engineering team has completely rebuilt its transparent test dummy. Yeah, plenty of dummies putting their money into this. Last seen on static display at E3 in June 2019. And it's 2019, not 2019. Who says 2019 for a year? 2019, thank you. Into the ultimate incarnation of the system. The team took the transparent Atari VCS housing, originally used for tolerance testing, and stripped out the dummy PCB board. I mean, there was one that works, replacing it with a fully operational one. But we didn't stop there. Instead, the team built a true hot rod Atari VCS by installing a 32 gigs of RAM and a 256 gig internal SSD. Well, for God's sake. But we didn't stop there. Instead, the team built a true hot rod Atari VCS by installing 32 gigs of RAM and a 256 gigabyte internal SSD. Well, SSD, For this particular thing, you don't really need a big one for half an hour. But, you know, I'd quite like a 1 terabyte SSD in my PC when I get another PC. I think I've got a 256 one in there now, but that's got Windows installed on it, and I don't know. This is just going to have like tiny Atari 2600 games on mainly, and of course you really need 32 gigs of RAM to run Atari 2600 games. This is a joke. Anyway, we continue. We have elected to place a special Atari VCS 3200 Crystal Ghost into the hands of one of our key. My voice has gone. Oh dear. Our key strategic partners for display at the adventure we know as CESpool. It's out there. Let's see who discovers it. Keep an eye on Atari social channels. Yeah, if anyone gives a toss. And perhaps that's what they should have gone with for the main picture. That's the Atari VCS 3200 Crystal Ghost. What makes it 3200 compared to the 2600? God alone knows. It's got a USB port in the front at least. And it's got a light on. Whether it's actually does anything, who can tell? Our CESpool on-site team is planning to share photos and videos live from CES to the Atari social media team. So keep an eye on the Atari VCS and Atari Live channels this week for fresh content straight from Las Vegas. Any gameplay, you could have put some of that in this. Production update. Numerous improvements to Atari VCS products and manufacturing processes. While our US and EU teams took time to enjoy the holidays with friends and family, so they're doing some work, they also remain in close contact with our manufacturing partners in China. The Atari VCS engineers and factory teams are in the later testing and validation phases of production and are returning to China this month to oversee ongoing production efforts. There have been several significant outcomes that have led to subtle and beneficial improvements to the Atari VCS products. As we explained a few weeks ago, extensive testing is a standard and incredibly important step on the path to launching any successful consumer electronics device. We always strive to prioritise quality above all else, and made sure to make the most of the testing process by being as thorough and exacting as possible. But what about the gameplay? Our engineers have now delivered streamlined and simplified electronics via a more refined PCB, printed circuit, you know what I mean, that improves almost every aspect of both the device and its manufacturing process. Other improvements included a beneficial reduction of physical parts, such as redundant resistors and capacitors on the board, accompanied by optimized routing of circuit pathways. English. Talk English. Why would you put resistors on it if they're redundant? It just sounds like you wanted alliteration, redundant resistors. And I don't know, I mean, it's just that it's all really whiffs really strongly. The team has also gone through experimentation with the truth, with the system's thermal cooling behaviours, by testing varying fan settings combined with different materials such as copper, aluminium, not aluminum, it's aluminium, and other alloys to optimise temperature results. This seems very late in the day to be trying different things like that. In addition to improved plastic parts assembly and tolerances, there has been a significant amount of testing done around the rear intake, FNAR, and exhaust vents, with a close attention paid to how airflow and assembly are impacted by different kinds of mesh materials, especially in the light of adjustments to the thermal systems. This sounds like you just started making it, not like it's just about to be released. How much airflow do you need in a, what's basically, may as well be a potato for the amount of power it's going to have. Regarding accessories, the Atari VCS modern controller is working well, and the Power A team is optimising the rotating paddle function on the classic joystick. In the end, we are confident in our product and the many talented people and partners responsible for delivering it. The Atari VCS team remains committed to quality. No games. We believe that the Atari VCS will give fans and their families unique and different paths to explore gaming and entertainment, and opportunities to create, play and interact with their TV in new ways, switching it off probably. All the best for a great 2020. Stay tuned for our next update from the factory when the Atari VCS actually maybe comes out in 2021. No, 2022. No, you know what I mean. It's not coming, is it? Now let's see what the responses are. There's 8 of them. Well, we need a good laugh, don't we? Okay, let's have a look at the comments, and I'll work from bottom up because that's pretty much how they appear on this thing. Tommy O'Neill. This wasn't really any kind of an update. It's basically Atari saying, we'll see you at CES. Still no video of the actual operating system booting up. Exactly. You guys have a lot to convince me this is a legitimate games console. He's got a response. Oh, and there's a response from Donkey. Donkey Boy. Donkey Boy says, just shut your mouth. Oh, well, given that people have paid $3 million in total for this thing, I think he's got plenty of room to speak his mind. I just hope he hasn't sunk any money into this. I'm bloody glad I didn't. Walter says the ultimate Easter egg will be to hide Warren Robinette behind a glowing curtain, also hoping the hardware still works with Haiku. Huh? I've no idea who Warren Robinette is and what have Haiku poems got to do with this, unless that's a programming language. And now I've posed that very question, someone's bound to be in the comments going, "Hey, it's a programming language, how do you not know about it?" Then Eric Rockbard says, is the ultimate Atari VCS Easter egg the location of the clear one? From Twitter it looks like it's at the Kingston booth. To me it looks like the Coleco Chameleon, or was it Coleco Chameleon, however you pronounce it. Coleco, let's call the whole thing off. It was the console that was clear. It was meant to be like a new ColecoVision and just didn't exist. It was just, I think it was it like a Nintendo 64 inside a clear plastic case? And yeah, it didn't do a thing at all. Well, maybe apart from play Nintendo 64 games, which would not be a bad thing. But it wouldn't be playing ColecoVision games, that's for sure. And Mars, he's ever hopeful, just says, thanks for the update. JR Rath says it, I really love that Ghost console. If someone's ever looking to sell it, I'd love to make an offer. Well, it looks nice. Whether it actually does anything, we have yet to see. Sounds like things are moving along and that's great. Really? I look forward to reading impressions from people that see it. Ha! Keep up the good work. And Andrew Henderson says, it's a little concerning that you are doing an invite-only demo at CES. That stinks of it. Not ready. No shit. And we don't want it scrutinised by the general tech media. When are we getting our consoles? Oh, another response. Is it Donkey Boy again? Montgomery says, because booths on the floor are expensive. Getting an invite suite isn't. I'd rather they spend money on getting the product launched than the overhead of being on a show floor. Sounds like hiding something to me. And the last couple of responses, Stefan Werner. Oh my god, he's hopeful. Thanks for the continued transparency. What transparency? Well, at least we're getting updates. Great to see the hardware and all the good news. Well, you really haven't followed this, have you? Backers are ecstatic. No, I think they're apoplectic. And we're looking forward to some video footage from CES and it's not coming. Can't wait to have Atari in my living room again. We'll go on eBay and get an old Atari 2600. Hook that up to the TV. You've got more chance of that working than this. Meanwhile, Montgomery says, I'm probably in the minority with the impatience factor, but I'd rather have a design and testing phase, get it right, versus pushing it out the door. Well, there is that, but we haven't seen anything working on it, though. Many systems from the Ouya to the Xbox 360 to the PS3 had problems in the release models, from the Red Ring of Death to overheating issues. I'd rather have a delivery that's as close to perfect as possible, as opposed to rushed. This is not coming out, though. Oh, there's a response. Is it from Donkey Boy again? Stefan Werner says, you're not alone. We've got 300 people in the Facebook support group that are 100% behind that approach. We've waited this long, a little longer, to make sure the machines don't melt in our living room furniture is okay by us. Well, I don't share your enthusiasm. It's not coming out. You think it is? It's not. Let me assure you of that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll keep up with the updates as long as they actually tell us they're coming out. In the meantime, please like this video and share it with your friends and subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the little bell to get all the notifications. And cue Genesis.